So one of the primary things in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, in my experience, is actually your training partners. Like if you have good training partners, the more that you can try out, the more that you can test out, the more you can drill, the more that you can learn. Now, one of my favorite training partners has been on the podcast, my buddy Wole. And we had some open mat time to ourselves where it was just me and him. And honestly, when we get together, rolling isn't necessarily the primary focus of what we do. What we do is we play around with things. We bounce ideas off each other. We do a lot of problem solving, a lot of figuring things out. If he finds a technique or a point where he's stuck or he doesn't quite understand why he can't execute it, we work it out. And I recorded one of those open mats, which occurred this past Friday. And I'm going to keep the audio off because I'm going to talk about a few different things. But this is what we do. Like, we're not beating each other up. We're not going hard. We're not trying to take each other's heads off, so to speak. But we're simply just trying to help each other figure out what we're doing wrong or how we can improve something. Like here, Wole was trying to figure out how to do a flower sweep. Or at least what I thought was a flower sweep. But I ended up showing him how to do a flower sweep. And the interesting thing is, pre-COVID, Wole was smaller than me. Like, he's always been taller. I can't change that. But he was about 175, 185 pounds. And I was always I'd always been floating around 220, 215. A little bit before COVID, and then I lost an extra 10, 15 pounds from there. But now, as I've lost weight, dropped from 240 to about sub 200, he's actually gained weight. So he is the 215 pounder now. So that made the last couple of times I've trained with him very challenging, because adjusting to my body type is still an issue that I have, because I still feel like I'm the heavy guy that can just sit on you and you can't really do much. But now Wole is the heavy one, and not only is he the heavy one, he's also over 6 foot tall. So that's a combo of things that usually gets me a pretty good run for my money. But for the older guys and people who are injured, the pacing of what we're doing in this video is actually really, really it's really effective in terms of training and learning for skill acquisition, and it's also really, really effective for longevity. So let's move forward a little bit. I think this is the point where it's cut off. I think this is the point where Wole helps me figure out a bit of a submission that can be executed from a gray area when you're performing an omoplata. And the cool thing is, I've hit this a number of times already, but you start an omoplata, but the scenario is your opponent catches your bottom leg. So you hook underneath their armpit while you keep the top leg trapping and pinning his shoulder so he can't posture up. The bottom leg, as you lift it, actually keeps them from rolling forward. So what I'm doing here is I'm fishing for his wrist so I can finish the submission, which I did right there. Now, the reason why I brought this up to Wole, because I was trying to see how a bigger, taller guy would react to it. And honestly, it was a lot harder on my knees to keep him immobile so I could fish for his arm. God, I can't believe I'm getting that bald. Like, look at the top of my head. It's crazy. But here we're going through our problem-solving process, and he's trying to figure out a counter, a way out of it. And right there, I just figured out an issue that I've had with this I don't know what you call it, this fake omoplata trap, I guess. But the issue I've been having was when people grab their own gi or cut their thigh. And with the way that we play around, the way we do things, especially me and Wole, right, let me back it up. Right there. Let's see where it is. Right there. When I'm fishing for his hand, I reach under and I break his grip. Now his hand is free for the wrist to be raised and submission time. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what else are we doing. We started playing around with some lasso stuff. You know, we started bouncing off some lasso techniques on each other. Now, the interesting thing is, I rediscovered playing lasso guard, like a minor detail that for some reason I keep forgetting. But by working it out with Wole, I figured it out. I remembered it. I finally like got it in my head, remembered what to do. It's basically turning and shifting your hips while you're applying pressure to the arm that's caught in the lasso. And then from there, their posture's broken down. Their posture's broken down. If you grab their pant leg on the opposite side, they can't adjust with you. So eventually you can get them with a sweep. Now, right there, what I did with this leg is something I don't like. Where'd it go? Right there. Hold on. So not right about there, but right here. So I wish you could see the cursor, but Walle's leg, as his foot is posted on my on my leg right above my knee. I don't like it when people do that. I'd rather recommend him have his knee pointed more upwards towards the ceiling. And the reason why is because every time I've seen people put their leg like that, it always seems to be a lot easier to pass, whether it be a knee slide or simply just pushing their knee to the mat and hopping over. But the reason why he's doing that is to kick my leg out so he can pull a sweep like he just did right here. I think next time I get with him, I'm going to point that out and recommend he keep his knee up so it's a lot harder of a pass up until the point where he's going to kick my knee out. But man, let me tell you, Wole is a good training partner, especially it's good to have another over 40-year-old to train with. And here I'm showing Wole my my open guard for bigger guys. Got the idea from watching an Alec Balding video using a short lasso and then a foot on the hip, double sleeve control. Going deeper and then sweep. That's actually something that I figured out at that moment just by watching what Wole had done previously. It fit right in. I don't even know why I didn't realize that earlier. So again, the shallow lasso, foot on the hip. Notice how my knee is pointed upwards instead of flatter towards the mat, like right there. Yeah, I don't like doing that. Can't remember what we were figuring out. We were playing around with what happens if somebody was more in combat base. I'm just feeling things out. We gave up. But the pacing we're doing here, again, notice we're not going crazy. We're just working things out, feeling it out, testing it out, problem solving. Oh yeah, let me go back here because I think I used like a like an outside De La Hiva or butterfly-ish hook to help him go over. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know how effective that would be live, but I figure that would have to be something that's done quickly in order for you to actually catch it. But yeah, let me rewind that. There's my bald head again. If he doesn't go over, the risk is he can kind of smash you, even though you have your knee in. There you go. And right back into that omoplata trap. To an armbar. I don't know why I didn't go further with that. I wouldn't have applied too much pressure. Just chamber it, catch and release. Let's see what else we got in here. Wole's feeling it out. Let's see, I did that sweep. So he put the butterfly hook inside with the lasso and did it. Lasso butterfly. Huh. When you're attacking, when somebody puts their knee up in combat base, that's interesting. That just kind of hit me right now. Here I am trying it again. He puts his leg up. Inside butterfly hook. Yeah, I remember that. Scoot out again, and over. That little motion right there. That's the detail I realized I had forgotten. Scooting my hips. Scoot again. Maybe one more time. And over. Yeah, so it looks like I have to scoot until I get onto my side while maintaining that lasso grip. Then it pulls him down. Okay. Scoot. Yeah, I'm almost on my side there. I didn't realize that in the moment. Let's see what else I got. All right, Wally's doing it to me. Yeah, he got a more inside lasso or butterfly hook, but yeah, it seems to work. Let's see what else we got here. I don't think we did any rolling. We're just drilling. Let's see how that works out. So, lasso, scoot, and over. Okay, that's cool. Now here we're going over that same type of open guard if somebody is larger but they stand up. I don't think we made too much headway with that. Yeah. There's that sweep he was telling me about. So this was a good idea. The problem with it is I'm not willing to do this type of sweep. And there he goes. Just like that. I think I've done something like this before where my bad knee side, and when I completed the sweep, my knee hurt something awful after that. So I'm staying away from it. But for our taller friends, that type of sweep probably could be pretty good. That could be money. You see, he scoops in from open guard, gets a hook all the way to my waist with this De La Hiva hook foot. You know what? I'm gonna make note to try that a little bit more. Maybe I can do it without hurting my knee. And at this point, we're doing a little bit of judo, but we're standing up so you can't see our heads. We're basically just grip fighting at this point. Looks like dancing. Could have sworn I got him on the ground at one point. Maybe that's it. Oh, let's see what I do here. Anyways, that's it, folks. Yeah, key point: get some good, solid training partners, guys that you can go at a pace like this, so you can like do a a troubleshooting process, so you can refine your technique, work out the kinks, find things that you could improve, and maybe even find some additional details that work for your personal body type. There's some things that our coach does that is really easy for him because he's a smaller guy. But as bigger guys, sometimes we need to tweak it a little bit to get it to work for us. But anyways, yeah, so I'm going to end this, and we'll see y'all later.